I have tried to film this video so many times because I want it to come out perfect, or I want it to come out explaining everything, or like, I don't know, like I feel so heartbroken that I'm here talking about my separation. Like, this is so hard. For those of you who have been here for a long time, you saw me before I was with Denny, you saw when we met, you saw our engagement, you saw our marriage, you saw us bring our children into the world. I have shared so much that I feel like not sharing this would be a disservice to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and say right from the beginning of this video that Denny and I are no longer together. It has been a very, very difficult transition. And my number one priority is that I want to protect the boys. Anything and everything I share in this video is going to be making sure that I protect my children, and making sure that if my children ever sit down to watch this video when they're older, they know that I did this with love in my heart, with grace, and that I did this as a means to just close a chapter in my life. That was one of the most beautiful chapters that I could have ever dreamed of, because it brought me to them. With that being said, if you clicked on this video thinking that it was going to be like chisme, or it was going to be tea, or it was going to be like a spill all, or that's not what this is, you guys. This is just closure for me, closure for you, and closure for the beautiful marriage that I got to have for the time that I had it, you know. I avoided making this video for a long time because it's honestly very hard, and a part of me was hopeful that we would get back together again, and that we would be able to work out, you know, our issues and our differences. But I think the more time that passes between our breakup and, you know, not being together, the more I realize that even if one day we do get back together, this is a part of our story. This is a part of my testimony, and this is a part of our life. And I want to be transparent, and I want to be honest with you guys. Things have definitely changed for me ever since the breakup. As you guys can imagine, I'm with the boys 24/7. I can't speak for Denny because he's not present here, you know. When things started falling apart at home, like I really did, or I tried to do everything I knew how to do to like salvage the marriage and like to keep us together. Like I offered everything that I did, like everything that I knew how to offer. I have been praying for my marriage like nonstop, you know. I have been praying for him nonstop. I have been praying for the boys nonstop. And I've been praying for God to heal me and to heal my broken heart, because it's really hard to navigate a broken heart while you still have to be a mom, you know? Yeah, Denny's still present in the boys' lives. Him and I are civil. Like we talk, when we see each other, we check in about the boys. When we're around each other, like we don't fight in front of the kids. And that's a weird thing. Like this breakup wasn't even like a super, like a big explosion happened and like things just fell apart. Like it wasn't even like that. It has been the most civil breakup I've ever been through, and completely different than what I thought like separation or divorce would be like. But it's still very painful. It's still very confusing. It's still very like muddy, I would say. I don't know, like I'm just confused. Like I'm confused. Now, I know this may come as a surprise to a lot of you, because I know a lot of you believed in our marriage. And I have to tell you that I also believed in our marriage. Never saw this coming. Like when I tell you, I really thought I had every corner covered. And I really thought I was doing an amazing job, like as a wife and as a mom, you know, with my job and like trying to pour into myself. Like I really thought I was doing a great job, but like I failed in seeing that my marriage was falling apart. And that brings me a lot of pain, because I really wished that I could have seen it coming, because maybe there was something I could have done differently, you know? Like maybe there was something that I missed. Maybe there was something that could have avoided this. I really thought that Denny and I were gonna be forever. I really, really did, you guys. Like, I never would have married him if I didn't think that we were gonna be forever. And it's honestly really hard for me to believe in love after seeing this, because like I loved him, you know? Like he really was my best friend. I think there's just two people who fell in love and who try their best to make it work, and sometimes I guess love is not enough, Like sometimes I guess love is not enough. And that makes me so sad because I try to give everything I had. Like I really tried everything I had. I think sometimes like loving someone means like letting them go. And the biggest act of love I can do is like let him go so he can figure out what he wants to do and how he wants to show up. I'm just trying to give him all the grace that I can, because this is really hard. I know a lot of you guys are here and you like support me and you love me and you have been with me for a long time. So I really want to like tell you guys that there's no one to blame here. There's no one to blame here. I'm not even mad at him. I'm not even like upset with him. I really think that sometimes relationships are hard work and they're difficult work and they're confusing work, So there's really no one to blame here. And I really, really, really want to emphasize and say that I don't want anyone to go send him comments, to go send him like messages about like how he's this or he's that. Like, please, you guys, like as him being the father of my kids, the biggest thing you can do for me and the kids is just leave him alone. Leave him alone to figure himself out. Because if anyone sends him hate or if anyone sends him like negative things, like that will only make things worse for the babies. Because at the end of the day, if he gets attacked, that's only going to be harder on him mentally and emotionally. And I feel like that's going to bleed into how he shows up as a dad, I think the biggest thing we can do is show God's grace to him and pray for him and just give him to the Lord, That's what I've tried to do with myself, and that's what I've tried to do as his ex-partner or whatever. So yeah, like just know that even though I am in pain and even though this is very difficult, like he is not to blame. And I know that God wouldn't be allowing anything that wouldn't be for the greater purpose of the babies, myself, and of our marriage. This is definitely a new chapter for me. This is definitely something that I never thought I was going to have to navigate through, you guys. Like separation and divorce is something that I come from. As you guys know, I've shared that. That's something that my parents went through. I really thought that I had it all figured out. I really thought that I married into a marriage for the rest of my life. And I really thought that I would be the one to break that cycle in my family. But unfortunately, as it looks like right now, I wasn't able to, you guys. Cancelo el espíritu de divorcio en la vida de mis hijos. And I really, really pray that they're the ones that are able to break that chain, because it's so ugly. And divorce doesn't pass through a family without leaving an ugly mark. I just ask for prayers. I ask that you guys pray that God softens my heart and that God shows up in my kids' lives and that he is a father to my kids and that nothing ever feels like it's missing from their lives, because I just want them to grow up happy and I want them to grow up whole and I want them to grow up knowing that they're loved and knowing that me and their dad did everything we could to make it work. Now you guys know. Denny and I are not together anymore. I would love and appreciate all the positive stories you guys have. If you've been through a similar situation or if you're currently going through something similar, like, please know you're not alone. Please know you're not alone. Please know that this is so ugly and I don't wish it on anyone. I'm sorry if I didn't answer all the questions that you guys had. I'm trying to share as much as I can while being graceful to Denny and being graceful to my kids and their future. So that's going to be it for me. Las quiero mucho, mucho, mucho. Eso no ha cambiado y eso no va a cambiar nunca. Que Dios me las bendiga eternamente. Les pido por sus oraciones. Please cover me in prayer. Please cover my sons in prayer. Please cover Denny in prayer because I really do believe he needs it. Que Dios me las bendiga eternamente. Y al final del día, quiérete mucho, respétate más. And I'll see you guys at the next video.